Baby, what makes a strong relationship?
I would say strong relationship. I'm just gonna atomize it. I'm gonna list some of the. It varies from one person to another. For me, I would say number one, your foundation. I'm gonna explain it. Your foundation. I'm gonna say your choice. The choice you made. Then I'm gonna say your family, people around you. I'm gonna say that number one, your foundation, which is Christ, because we are equally yoked. We got married from different. We got married from same level. You know what I mean? From same understanding of marriage.
Yeah.
Number two, when I say your family, your family means from both sides.
Yeah.
Because your mom, your dad play an important role in my marriage. They play a vital role. Sometimes we fall out, we fight. We argue, we disagree. You're not always gonna agree to what I like. We try to learn ourselves from these years. To grow, and growth comes with a lot of responsibility. For us to grow, we have to disagree, agree. There are a lot of things you want to do. I don't like it. It's not in my culture. It's not my lifestyle. It's not like the way I was being brought up. Things like that. There's something I want to do. You're gonna say, "What is that?" I don't want this. It's not, stuff like that. As we grow, we learn. We disagree. We agree.
Yeah.
So your family, your mom, dad, play an important role. So that's why I say people around you play a vital role in your strong. It makes a strong relationship. The people involved.
Yeah,
when
my
I
love.
say, yeah, my love.
Have you seen that thing going around online? Because there's this thing going around, and it's like asking the man in the relationship, like who do you, out of like your mum, your wife, your kids.
No, for me, I would say my wife comes first. The reason why, it depends on, I told you, it varies. Yeah, for me, I would say my wife comes first in my life because from the family that I was being born to the family I'm creating, I left the family to create mine. So my responsibility is the one I'm creating, not the one that created me.
Yeah.
Not the one I was being born into. It's the one I'm creating. So those are my responsibility now. So my wife comes first.
In the Bible it says
a man will leave his family,
his mother and
father, then cleave
to his wife.
So you see, so that goes back to what I was trying to tell you, that the foundation.
Yeah.
We came from same background, same level of understanding.
Yep.
Then when I say the last one, when I will say our choice, your choice, yeah, I'm not always gonna like what you do. I'm not always gonna like. I'm not always gonna like what you do. I'm not always gonna like your action. But I will always love you. You will not always gonna like what I'm gonna do.
No, you get on my last nerve sometimes.
Sometimes gonna be a pain in your ass. Sometimes you're gonna say, oh, I wish I didn't marry this guy. And I'm gonna say this for free. Every man out there, one or twice, you regret why you ever get married. You're gonna say, "Oh, I was doing better off when I didn't get married." It's like
women
that.
too, darling. Yes, I don't think that's just a man thing.
I'm just speaking from from a man perspective.
I think you can get like that in a relationship. If like social media, it's like very fooling. People can put things up online and they could be like, oh, everything's perfect and rosy in that person's life, but we have to remember it's just social media. Every relationship has its arguments. Every relationship has its trials. But it's how you handle those trials.
Yeah, that
And
matters.
I think a thing that me and you did at the very beginning was that we took off. We knew what we wanted. We knew our choices in this relationship. We knew that it was God that placed us together, and God is our glue. He's our foundation. And see, with that being said, sorry, I'm losing my path of what I'm saying. Yeah, with that being said, at the end of the day, we took off in the beginning of our relationship, separation, divorce. It's not what we want.
That means it's a choice. It's not feelings. You know, and presently feelings are not keeping us. You know, it's the choice we made from the beginning that, you know what, we're gonna be together no matter what, no matter the situation. Sometimes it's not gonna be smooth. Most of the time it's rocky. You know, but the choice we made.
There's something that I read recently, and it was saying that in the first 5 to 10 years of your relationship, your marriage, you are learning each other, and you know, you're learning your partner's flaws, you're learning everything about him. So in the first 5 to 10 years, I know that I read that you're learning each other, and that is the hardest time. And you know,
so that's why when I mentioned that, I may mention of foundation, that your family, people around you, and the third, the choice. I've choose to be with you, and you choose to be with me, no matter what. Even when I'm low, even when I'm high, upside down, you know, we choose to be together. Sometimes you know, it's not feelings. You feel like to. That means if you are feeling, anytime you feel like to get married, you get married. Anytime you feel like to break up, to be separated, to be divorced, you divorce. So it's not your feelings now. It's a choice.
my love, would you say though that when, like, say for an instance, you are on a rocky road with your spouse, or you're having a trial, isn't it really about listening to each other? And I can be solid here, like, we've had those times, haven't we, darling? But it's listening to each other, understanding each other, and also emotionally being there for each other, and emotionally understanding each other and our needs. Because we all have needs. I've got my needs, and there's needs that, you know, I know that there's needs that need completing, like for you to complete in me, and me, there's needs in you for me to complete in you.
Very true.
So
yeah, it's to listen.
Respect.
You know what? Love don't keep marriage. Love don't keep marriages, but what does is understanding. Understanding will keep your marriage, not love. Because at the point, you know, if you love each other, but understanding, just understand and compromise sometimes.
I think it's God's grace as well.
Yeah, and God's grace.
Without God's grace, we would have failed by now.
That's the first one I say. I say foundation. The foundation is Christ. So,
yeah.
Those are the few.
But it's the grace of God, what I'm trying to say. It's God's grace that have forgiven us both, and it takes two forgivers as well. But it's God's grace that has forgiven us, that we can forgive each other. And it's God's grace why we haven't failed. It's God's grace why, because I honestly believe in my heart that our relationship wouldn't have bloomed into what it is now. We definitely wouldn't have got to where we are right now as you're seeing us. I believe that even in 2021, when I came over to you in Larnaca, that was God. It wasn't me, it wasn't you, that was God, and God allowed that to happen. That was the time that we were going through COVID, and the UK was awful on lockdown, and we had long periods of lockdown. But I must say also, like, even now the UK is going through its struggles, and we've also had to work our way as a family through what's going on the outer world, as well as settling our family here in our own little world.
That's true. If you're going through anything in your marriage, just believe that it's not going to last forever. God will come true for you. Thank you. We love you.
Thank you.